Alright then, so welcome ladies and gentlemen to another competitive Watch Left 4 Dead, or actually no, it's just a WatchLeftForDead.com stream, not an actual Watch Left 4 Dead Cup stream. We're going to be bringing you a match right now between Team AG Tableflip Kings and Team City 17, but in a completely different tournament. It's actually the EQ Shoot to Thrill Equilibrium tournament, and to tell us more about that, I have my wonderful co-caster here, Dragon, on Ninja's stream. How are you tonight, Dragon?
I'm fine, thanks. I've just arrived home late from work, completely stuffed with an Indian takeaway, but still primed and ready for this cast.
Alright then, so we're going to be seeing Team City 17 starting off on Special Infected, and Team Tableflip King starting off on
I should point out that Nick was AFK for about 20-30 seconds. They finally woken him up with a crowbar.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Took friendly fire damage because but the attack is coming in. Jockey takes Ellis, Hunter's pouncing Coach. Do melee, they charge it down to death, but Coach is still in spit. And they do chop down that Jockey. But quite a bit of damage actually versus Tableflip Kings from C17 there, so a good first attack.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit odd because we're actually going to see two teams from the American scene starting off in a European-hosted cup. And for those that are unaware, this is not the Watch Left 4 Dead Pro Mod tournament. This is the Shoot to Thrill Cup. We have a Witch getting triggered here right now. He's actually going to get the down on the bad.
Oh my god.
Goodness me. And then the spit's going to go down on them too. That
charger. He tried a death charge, but he was too far away from Alice.
Bad actually might die. No, they're going to get him up right before he dies. But yes, this is Equilibrium. This is not Pro Mod. I do not have a spec HUD either, Ninja. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, so tell us a little bit more about this cup that we're watching in front of us here, Dragon.
Okay, well, it's called the Shoot to Thrill Cup. It's hosted by a player in France. Oh, Burning Hunter going S. It's hosted by a guy from France called Ferocity. It's a 16-team cup, mostly hosted in the EU community, but there are a few US teams in. Stoko trying to get Ellis on the corner, double boom from far. Jockey's he's on fire trying to get Nick, but gets chopped down. But yeah, the config is the EQ 2.0 config.
What is this?
Tank is pointing at the elevator! It's getting Nick! Oh my god.
Oh god. Alright, so now we have this tank
Coach is stuck in the ceiling. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen Tanta goes on Ellis.
Oh my goodness. Now that Jockey's taking out Rochelle, that's gonna be a wipe from Team C17 on the Team Tableflip King from a tank that spawned right in the elevator. You know what? You know what the thing is? It's because it's an Equilibrium config. It's not Pro Mod, so that's not blocked. Oh my god,
That's very strange though, because like in the old EQ 1.0 series, that definitely was blocked. So how it got unblocked, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, we never played this campaign in the EQ Cup #2, so that's why it was never really known until now.
Yeah, and then as Hib just said, actually we didn't even get to do a roster rundown, so let's take a look at that. For Team C17 we have Vixen, Lyra, Sardine, and Henry. And then for Team Tableflip Kings in this tournament, it's going to be Grizz, Bad, Hib, and Han. Yeah, saying, yeah, that's why it's
Grizz just remembering what cup and config he's playing.
Come on, Visor, come back for whatever reason. Oh goodness, so now we are going to see this going in right now. That's going to be a nice hit actually, double charge lands, spit lands as well, couldn't get to clear this, that Hunter landed onto Rochelle. That's going to be a massive amount of damage going out on Team C17 from Team Tableflip Kings there, Dragon.
Most definitely, with that charge just hooked it up perfectly, the spit was just a very easy task to follow on that. But I mean, the thing here is that it's going to be a case of just matching the distance. I really don't see them getting past that tank. But they do get the crown though.
Now, since it's in Pro Mod, that's not going to give them 25 points, right?
No, it's not, but I mean, EQ doesn't force switches every map, so there's really no point in doing that. And it wouldn't actually be right to give points based on a random entity with a random probability of spawning.
Right.
So, yeah, but I mean, apparently in the rules of this cup, Ferocity has said it where you have to kill the witch and the tank every time. You can't skip past them.
Right.
So even if a witch is not on the main path, if the survivors could technically avoid it in Pro Mod, they'd have to be forced to kill it in this cup.
Oh god.
The tank spawns a little bit earlier.
Oh god. Alright. So, they have to kill this tank, and Han has the tank for Team Tableflip Kings. Gonna be rolling. He's gonna
They got the tank on fire!
Oh my god!
But they got a charge! I guess it's that charge out the window!
But the tank's on fire now, and he's gonna be able to catch him there, unfortunately, for the survivors. That was a very tricky plan there. Okay, let's light the tank on fire. But that's gonna be another wipe there. So wipe starting off here, and it's been a quite interesting game so far, Dragon.
Most definitely. Fucking elevator tank reappears.
Yeah, I don't have a tank yet either. I don't know, but yeah, the tank just spawned earlier, and Grizz is confused. I'm confused. Dragon, are you confused?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. I literally have no words for that. But I mean, this is what I was saying, like, earlier during, like, the last stream game, is that, if Cup admins really wanted to, they could actually, manually set the tank percentage to spawn wherever they wanted. So they always have that option. I don't know if that's possible on this which server we're on? Is it Stick Up Kids or which server?
I believe it's Stick Up Kids. But it's the same, it's the same configuration for those, because they're all hosted by Zen, so it's the same... It's whatever happens on the Stick Up Kid server should happen on the Watch Left 4 Dead servers and vice versa. Getting a shout from Zombie Man saying he's going to have my voice on his phone to answer people's calls. Thank you, Zombie Man. I appreciate it. So every time it rings,
you need to make your own ringtone.
Oh my god.
Make a fortune.
All right, so we're gonna see Team Tableflip Kings only leading by about 25 points here going into the second chapter, and then Team C17 is going to be starting out on SI, but hey, we can talk a little bit about the changes between Pro Mod and EQ. So for those watching who might not be familiar, who are in the midst of the Watch Left 4 Dead Cup, what are some of the main differences between EQ and Pro Mod?
Okay, well, starting off from the safe room, you've only got a limit of 2 SMGs allowed to be carried, so if you're starting in one of these, like Map 1 or Map 2 safe rooms, you have to take 2 shotguns and 2 SMGs. Major difference is the Scout. It's basically the T1 equivalent of the hunting rifle. It fires more like a shotgun with a fire rate. It does slightly more damage per bullet, but the fire rate is far less. So what that means is that you have to be careful with your shots. You actually have to aim for the head if you want to get quick kills with a Scout. And you can use it versus the tank as well, but it just won't chip the tank as fast or as ferociously as the hunting rifle did. And of course there's no tank slowdown as well, which means you have to be a bit smarter about how you move and position yourselves as survivors when fighting tank. But survivors coming out now. Hunter, Jockey coming out from the top, Charger coming in too. Jockey does land. Charger didn't really get anything. I don't think he maybe got 1 scratch. No, he didn't get anything. It was just over Jockey. Jockey got 12 points of damage there.
Yeah, so they got a little bit of damage. But we're going to see another relatively early tank here. But like you said, where does the Scout actually spawn on this map?
Well, the Scout could spawn... I think he will most likely spawn in the room with the pills cabinet. Yeah, I see it now. It's in the room with the pills cabinet and the ammo pile, just where that sort of stairs choke point is.
Oh yeah, now we're going to see the tank up actually into the hands of Lyra, so we'll see exactly how Team C17 is able to handle this. They're going to have a Smoker, a Hunter, and a Boomer, I'm pretty sure, since we are flying without a Spec Bed right now for us casters. See the Smoker actually spawning up here, a little bit too far away to get that pull. Boomer's actually going to spawn up too. Going to get a nice singular boom there under Rochelle. Hit's going to go in, Hunter gets skeeted, and that car is flying into the air. Oh my gosh. That dumpster, though, is going to go skipping over. We have Ellis trying to get some chip on the tank. Tank is moving its hittables in. Ellis is a little bit separated from the rest of his team. Grizz is getting the chip on the tank right now.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's not much damage from the SI. I think he's probably committed his hittables a little bit too early.
Yeah.
He's got nothing there, and the survivors can actually push him.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why it helps to have, at least 1 hittable as a shield. Because now he's just been cornered, and... yeah, they've got plenty of space. They're not... doesn't matter that they don't have tank slowdown, but Nick's being separated by the jockey.
Yeah, no, that jockey's getting him pretty far, but then the tank misses the punch. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good, and then the Boomer's going to get a singular boom. He has to go there and try to hit that hipple. That hipple goes flying over. Carr...
over the building.
Yeah, Carr is kind of in position here. Carr is going to be just kind of bouncing around. He's getting into position, though. He's going to have a chance to whip it at the survivor. No.
Yeah. he's not really carefully placing it, he's just hitting it in frustration, and yeah, he gets stripped. And you know what, I mean, because they knew they didn't have to deal with tank slowdown, they mostly used shotguns in that. All 4 shotties.
Yeah.
And they barely took any damage.
They took no damage from the tank himself, actually. That was, unfortunately, a no-hitter for Team C17. So, you know, they need to do a lot of work now. How does the health / bonus work in EQ?
Right, well, it's called a hybrid bonus, and it's called that because it combines health bonus plus damage scoring, which was supposed to be used for Pro Mod 4.0, but we haven't seen it yet. Attacker's coming in, 18 damage pounce on him.
Yeah.
The jockey did land briefly. Smoke is trying to pull, but that barrier is in the way, preventing Rochelle from being pulled into the spit. But yeah, hybrid bonus is a combination of both the classic health bonus system and the damage scoring. And the way it's decided is that the health itself, whether it's permanent or temp, it's calculated just like damage scoring, but the point per bonus is on a scale of map difficulty. So for example, if we typed health, we'll explain that in a second. Charger coming in, they easily dodge that. Boomer landing 1, I think Hunter pretty much got shut down as well. But as you can see there, they've got 697 HP and 300 DB. And what that means is that the bonus is split up into the amount you get from the permanent and the amount you get from the temp health.
Right.
So the huge bulk of it is the permanent health. And even if they lose like all their permanent health, they'll still have some DB left over, or at least they should. It just depends on which gets stripped first, like all the perm health or all the temp health.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're gonna see...
Yeah, I'll explain more after this attack.
Attack is gonna go in there right now. That, actually, they have the scout in the hands of Grizz. He's a great HR player from a while ago. Most of that tank got shut down except for that Hunter there. The Spitter didn't really get anything, and neither was the Smoker able to. So now, just have the Hunter kind of bouncing around. And yeah, that Scout, it just adds a completely new dimension to the gameplay that you don't really see in Pro Mod, just due to the inclusion of that Scout.
Yeah, I mean, the Scout is made in EQ 2.0 to have similar recoil to the Left 4 Dead 1 hunting rifle, so it's actually not as... It's even more challenging to use from that sense. You really have to, like, stand still and place your shots. Yeah, and if you feel a bit of pressure to do it, then you're not going to succeed with the Scout. But that Hunter got shut down so quickly, that charge landing! Double charge, Jockey getting M2, spit down there as well. They're a bit separated, but amazingly, they're still keeping a lot of health.
They've kept all their health pretty much, and they still have all 4 pills yet to use, and really, we're going to need to see Team C17 get a whole lot of damage here. There's going to be a massive bonus for them to deal with going into their survivor turn.
Reloading!
And you know what's really great about Tableflip at the moment is that they're being smart about their weapon selection. They know they've got a tricky event coming up where they have to deal with lots of commons and get these as Colets or Whitaker, but they're using shotguns because they're stronger against commons in general.
Yeah.
And they're not wasting all their bullets for the SMG clips, you know, and being caught out on a reload when the attack comes in.
Yeah,
and with Grizz having the Scout as well, he's got that long range advantage if he needs it. Although Smoker did try to pull Grizz. But
that's the right idea. That's the right idea. That's how they used to play in Conflagua 2 on the American side of things with the HR, just, you know, trying to focus the HR to make sure he's down, because that Scout rifle, you know, if you have somebody like Grizz who's awesome with it, then that's a lot of power going into the Survivor team. He's going to be able to M2 and shut down that jockey, kills the Spitter, then the Hunter's going to go in there and try to land on him, does land for a couple seconds, and they do get the Color M, and without a whole lot of instant Dragon, this is a massive health bonus.
This is extremely huge even for this map. I mean, people barely survive this map in Pro Mod at times, but I mean in EQ. Something else.
Grizz is saying he wants them to win. And then we see the Charger going in here. It's going to startle that Witch. Witch is going around. What the hell? Okay, and then it's nicely crowned there by Han. And we're going to then see that Smoker pull a little bit in the back, but they've actually mistimed this. I don't think they have another attack.
Well, they've got 1 Boomer remaining, and they got a Spitzer as well, but it's like a 0-2 basically.
That's
0-2.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah, I mean, as you can see, like, we haven't really touched this map in EQ, as you can tell by all the old tents. Yeah, this is what I think happened. This is like the setup for one of the old promo versions, I believe.
Oh, Grizz just popped that Boomer and also skew that Hunter, and he nails that. Oh my god. Alright, Grizz is just ripping stuff apart right now.
Yeah.
That's the power of the Scout in the right hands now.
They've still got 100 DB though.
Oh,
100%
wow.
DB. That's
That is
828 bonus for the map. But that's the thing, though. I mean, the reason why it's like that is because bleeding doesn't count towards the bonus. If you bleed out, it affects your health, of course, but it won't touch the bonus like health bonus does.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because, you know, the way that happens is that you're basically saying, okay, well, the SI can lower your bonus automatically just by making you bleed, and that's it. Whereas in here, with this scoring system, you actually have to use some input if you ever want to lower the bonus.
Right. Alright then, so now we're going to be seeing Team City 17 on their Survivor. We saw some fast ready-ups here, except for Ninja, who has not yet declared himself ready. Oh, wait. We had Grizz suddenly become a spectator and says, be back later. I'm sorry, Ninja. And it looks as though we're going to be seeing a sub coming in for Team AG Tableflip. Or not AG Tableflip, just Tableflip Kings, because they dropped the AG out of their name, sorry. So Grizz is piecing out here. He ran his running of the Scout in that second chapter, and we will now see who decides to show up. And as we mentioned, I don't know if you're going to... I think you should maybe stick around here, Dragon, because we're going to be having another match coming for the Watch Left 4 Dead Cup directly after this match, because one of the teams involved in that match actually is in the game right now.
Tableflip Kings, yes. It'll be interesting to see how they recover from their sort of blip versus serious business as well.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see exactly how that pans out, but I'm actually quite impressed with how the entire competitive community across all borders, across all oceans here has been able to really come together and develop some quality tournaments. We have the North American Watch Left 4 Dead tournament going on, and then we also have this tournament happening right here, and then we were supposed to have a Pro Mod Cup happening, but unfortunately that got canceled.
Yeah, Sir announced that sometime last night he's decided to cancel the long-term Pro Mod Cup. I think he's lost his patience with the game and the community. He's just decided to, you know, now's the time to call it quits. You know, to be honest, that's like, you know, it's his decision. That's, you know, fair enough. I don't think we can... I don't really think anyone can criticize him for that, because he's, you know, he has done a lot of work for the community. He's poured many, like, hours, you know, and money into it as well. And he just feels like, you know, it's time to leave that all to one side. The attack is coming in. Hunter, sorry, Jockey got killed quickly. Hunter's still on Rochelle, though. They need help clear her quickly. And they do so, not before taking quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, that's a nice amount of damage going out from Tableflip Kings onto City 17, and we have Lust actually has come in to replace Grizz. Lust is one of the main lineup for Team Tableflip Kings here. We saw Grizz, I believe he might, I actually don't know, because looking between the two cups, it's kind of weird to see the roster consistency for Tableflip Kings, but pretty much wherever they go, they are a powerhouse team.
Reloading.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly got that flexibility with the range of players they have in their arsenal. And it certainly helps, even if you lose Grizz, you know, you get Lust and keep the train going. And there's a charger and spin on Alice.
On the Smoker, got a repull too there onto Nick. That's a lot of damage going out onto Vixen. Jockey's going to get onto her as well. And then they're going to just bump that Jockey around to the manage to kill. But that's a lot of nice pre-tank damage coming out from Team Tableflip Kings here. Like you said, with Lust and Grizz and the wide range of players they can have playing, that's just a massive task to deal with from anyone else in the North American or international scenes. And we are going to see our tank coming up right now into the hands of, that is Lust himself. So the sub gets it. Going to knock a couple of cards there. We're going to see... City 17 moving back. And the Bird's gonna jump in here right now. It's gonna get nicely shut down there by Lyra, shutting down Hans Boomer. Charge is coming out there. He's gonna get a charge on Nick.
And Rai didn't see that charge. He had his back to him.
There's a pounce in the back. That's a 2-cap with a wide range of separation. They clear that 100. Then Ellis is gonna get hit by the dumpster. That's a 2-cap in front now. Oh, this is not looking good, Dragon.
That was separation at the worst possible time for City 17. They were completely all over the place just as the tank pushed in, and just as the support came in, capitalizing on those ones who were stranded further away from the pack.
Oh, that's going to be the wipe, because now we got that Jockey on to Coach. Tank got the other one down. That's going to be a lot of disparity in score here.
It's like City 17 all wanted to do different things. You had Nick up at the front trying to get that bit of chip on the tank. You had, I think it was Rochelle on the right, on the other side of the road. And the other two guys, I think, they wanted to go back, but one of them decided to go on the other side of the truck and get pounced by the Hunter. So, I mean, it was like the worst possible case of separation plus mistiming all combined, and that's why you saw an easy wipe there.
Yeah, exactly what you just said. Now we're going to see Team Tableflip Kings moving out to a 1,344-point lead going into this third chapter of Dead Center. That's quite the lead for EQ.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in EQ, when if you struggle to make the save from, and you're playing pretty well. I mean, games can still sort of range from about 800 to like 1,000 difference. Like even going into the final map, this is already 1,300 or so.
Going
after
into the
2
third.
maps. And on the back of a really difficult map as well. I mean, like I said, this isn't usually a map that people make the save from on, like in Pro Mod, let alone in EQ. But wow.
Yeah, you gotta give a whole lot of credit to Team C17 though, because they as a team are a product of the Left to Learn group, which is the American mentoring program for new players getting into competitive. And like this is their second tournament together. Actually, they're playing in 2 right now at the moment. They're a brand new competitive team, and now they are going to be playing in 2 tournaments. That is awesome. They did all right in the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament. I don't know if they won a game, but it's the experience that counts, because now they've been exposed to what it's like coordinating with a team, and now they're playing on a config that they haven't practiced that much. So really kudos to them for going out and playing. They got so screwed over because in the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament they got paired with Velocity first round, and now in the first round of this tournament they have the Tableflip Kings.
Yeah, and they're in the same group as Sienna Esports, which is one of the more promising teams from Europe, I'd say, in the competition. So they've got them to look forward to as well in the group. But I mean, for a team like C17, I mean, everything's a new experience for them. So they are gonna have like an uphill struggle, like wherever they go or whoever they play. That goes without saying. But at the end of the day, they're getting the experience, and that will help them develop as players and as a team. And those who try new different things more often will be the ones to evolve quicker. So props to them for trying it.
Yeah, especially. Now we're going to see this first attack coming in for them relatively soon. We're going to have our tank around 52%. Harden's jumping around, Boomer as well. Boomer's going to land onto 1. Then that Harden's going to be pouncing around. He's going to jump in there. He's going to get nicely skeeted by Han. We have a Charger and a Smoker coming up. Smoker's going to get clear. Charger going in there is actually going to get a couple stumbles and 1 punch on the Han. So a little bit of damage coming out on that first hit, but they probably want a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you would always want a little bit more. You need quite a bit more as well. So Sage that C17 is at the moment. But they're up against a whole lot of experience, and 1 or 2 of these guys at least are proven tournament winners of the past. So it's a major uphill struggle for them, and they just got to basically do the best they can. That's really all they've got on their side at the moment.
Yeah, and just kind of seeing how the well-coordinated team with a lot of experience plays as well. Smoker's going to be jumping in, Hunter in the back as well. Hunter's actually going to land there for a couple ticks of damage. Split's going to go on top of that. Boomer gets nicely popped. And then that Smoker's going to try to pull, but has not gotten it as of yet. Sir D trying to get that last pull. Does get a couple ticks of damage there onto Ellis, and they're not going to clear him. Except they can shoot the Smoker, yeah. I'm sure Hip's happy about that.
It was a 2-2 when done. The spawn seemed a little bit out of sync. The Boomer, I think, was waiting for the survivors to just be up ahead a little further, but when he saw his teammates going in, he thought, oh, fuck it, I have to spawn from afar. No, that's why he got popped pretty easily.
Yeah, so now we are going to see Team Tableflip Kings moving along. They still have, I don't exactly know who has the scout right now, or if they found the scout yet. I don't believe they have. Indeed, they have
it.
Oh, they
Michelle
do?
has it, Lust, yeah.
Okay.
Just firing it.
Gotcha. I just can't read. So now we're going to see another 2-2 attack. 4 teams, C17. It's going to be a Charger, a Jockey, a Smoker, and a Boomer. Yeah, okay. Charger, Jockey,
Charger leveled.
Charger got leveled.
And Nick tried blocking the spit. It actually worked.
Just jumping in front of the spitter, and it does indeed work. But now we do have a tank up, actually.
Oh, rolling tank is there.
Tank is rolling in the hands of Vixen. But now she's going to stop that commit.
Jockey was door blocking all the survivors. They're going to M2 him out.
Indeed. So now if C17 can make something happen with this tank here, they're not completely out of it if they get this wipe.
I mean, they could definitely do it, but I mean...
Oh god, this is going to be good. Tank's going to go running in here right now, and trying to keep sight, it seems. The rest of the spawns are coming up. There's a Hunter pre-spawned with a Charger and a Smoker. Tank's going to be jumping in right here, rolling around. Survivors do have focus on it, so taking a lot of chip as she rolls in here. Pushing the Survivors actually away from spawns. That's not exactly good. Tank's already shut down a lot, and then Henry also got killed. Charger gets shut down as well, and Tank does manage to get one punch there. Another punch, and will then die.
Yeah, that's very strange. Like, the Smoker went in just after the tank died. There's a lot left to be desired with that support there. And again, they're just destroying, absolutely shredding through that tank with 3 shotties and 1 scout. Yeah. They don't need slowdown at all. I mean, you can't get it in this config anyway, but, they don't need SMGs. They can just do it with shotguns and it still works.
And the match, pretty much like you said, just to shut that tank down, except for a couple hits. I think the Hunter went in just a little bit too early there before Tank was able to really even get a corner. But now they still do have this event to get through. There is some time for C17 to make some damage out onto them. And that's an instant kill coming out from Han. We have a Dragon coming in the back as well, and Charger and Boomer have not spawned yet, but there's a little bit of a staggered spawn rotation going on right now, Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like C17 are unsure about themselves and what they want to do with their SI. They don't have a smoker for this thing there, but they do get a double charge with that charger down the escalator. It's kind of a glory charger, but it doesn't really do much for, doesn't do that much for the team at least.
Yeah, Smoker tried to get a pull off, but then it's going to get cleared there by Hib, and we're going to see pretty much, AG Tableflip Kings rolling on right now. We do have a Witch up, however, so they're going to contend with that fairly soon. Coach looks to be going for it. And he
fails it! Han's baiting the crown.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's a lot of damage going out. Gets the rest of hit coming in there. Hib's gonna skeet Lyra there and gets the Hunter shut down. Doug gets shut down as well. I think that was unfortunate for C17. They weren't able to capitalize on that a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very strange because Han didn't really have any pressure. I mean, the spitter. Nice.
Did you see that?
Yeah. I did see that.
The Charger almost got the charge off, but then Bag got the level. And Henry is voicing his surprise at that. Goodness.
And actually, really, like, Hip's like almost out of perm as well. I didn't actually catch how he lost that like last half of his health. But well, anyway, they've managed to get rid of 2 like perm health bonuses. And that will definitely halve the health bonus part of the hybrid bonus. Oh, but the jockey, I don't know if he got headshotted or not, but he definitely got killed pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing right now the only person with the new, or actually that's still the scout, so the lust is boomed, but like we just said, we see Tableflip Kings and the way they annihilated the special infected at points, just like the pinners, especially the ones that can be dead stop, just get shut down.
Definitely.
So yeah, we will see Team Tableflip Kings moving closer to the safe room here. Unfortunately, I cannot check the bonus at the moment. We will see what they get when they get there. C17 is going to have one more hit coming up here. It's going to be a tri-cap with... Actually, it hasn't spawned up yet, but they're going to go in anyway. That's a nice shot by Lust out onto Sir D. That charge is going to get leveled by Bad. Hunter still pounces around. It's going to actually land for a couple of ticks on a Coach, but that's pretty much going to be it. The only thing left is a spitter to delay, and we're going to see Team Tableflip Kings making safe from yet again.
Yeah, with pretty good bonus as well, yet again. They could actually... I don't actually think the map's that big, I think, in scoring as map 2. It doesn't seem like it anyway, but... how much do they get from that? They get something like 492.
Yeah. So they get it's still a very nice bonus. They're averaging, like I said, about 1,000 points per chapter. And the thing is, if that tank hadn't spawned in the elevator on map 1, we probably would have seen with a little bit more points than that even. Yeah,
definitely. I think they couldn't really do much about that tank anyway because of its positioning. It was unfortunate. Usually in EQ, you always have a tank spawning down below, which I assume is the same in Pro Mod.
Yes. Yeah, they code it in Pro Mod so that it cannot spawn above the elevators, right?
Well, I know for a fact it was coded in the EQ 1.0 series and onwards from that as being only spawning down below. So, however it managed to spawn upstairs, that's a mystery to me. It's something I couldn't really answer.
Right. So now we're ready to get to see Team C17 working on it here as soon as Ninja is ready for us. And then we're going to see, after this, as we mentioned, another game in the Watch Left 4 Dead Pro Mod tournament here. So yeah, we'll see how C17 does here, and we'll see exactly what Tableflip Kings does to stop them. We're going to have the first hit coming up relatively soon. Smoker's already pre-spawned, actually. Going to get some chip onto him. Rest of the hit's going to be going in. Boomer's actually going to get nicely popped there by Sir D. Smoker gets shut down as well. Lyra taking that scout. Charger gets a charge in the safe room, and the Hunter gets a couple scratches before dying.
Yeah, it seemed like Lyra really wanted to scope out those SI. And the charger just was right in and charged him back.
Yeah, he's trying to conserve the ammo on that scout as well. He's going to get a melee there, I'm pretty sure. Running up the escalator here. And yeah, so I actually don't know a lot about the teams that are in the Cup so far, Dragon. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? I know these 2 American teams are in there, and I know SSS is in it as well, I think.
Yeah, Spectacular Soy Sauce, they're in a different group. I believe they're in the same group as Plus Gaming, which is Sir's team. and Homunculus.
Right.
Attack is coming in. Charge landing on Rochelle. Spit as well going out. Smoke is still on Ellis.
That's a lot
Nick
of damage.
running back to clear him. But yeah, quite a ton of damage on both Rochelle and Coach. Considerable amount of damage. But yeah, Homunculus, that's the group with Zombie Man, Crocs, Kekari, and Razor. So they could be a pretty strong team. I think there's like 4 groups, and Group D has Nameless, which is a Russian team. You've got Non-Stop, which I think is like the remnants of Star Team, who are a well-known European team. And 2 other teams I can't remember. Which ones are Inevity attack coming in, Answer on Coach. Seems to be the only one going in. Hib's still saving his charger.
Yeah, he's saving it for that.
Pre-spawn like a pub player.
Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah, we see him running around there. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those teams I'm actually not as familiar with, I think, because I'm just getting... oh, he's gonna go there. He's gonna get that charge!
He's gonna get that charge in the
back. Gosh. Smoker's gonna cover it as well. And that's going to be a lot of damage going out onto Vixen there. Actually, might be an incap, I believe it is. Spit's going to go down the charge as well. The Tri-Boom goes out. Dragon, what's going on?
It's absolute chaos, that's what's going on. I mean, Hib could be pre-spawned for ages as a charger, then just jump right in, and then just charge the guy at the back. And that was enough to set up with a triple boom and that Spit as well. I now have quad boom now with that proxy.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're going to see Team C17 still trying to make it as far as they can here, but unfortunately 3 of their posts have been committed. We're going to see a Jockey going there, let on the Vixen as well. They just do not want Vixen getting up the escalator.
That's a double cap.
Oh.
It was almost a double cap.
Yeah, now that Smoker's going to jump down right. Okay, Rails. That Hunter's going to jump around there, trying to get a hit on the bottom, and he's going to get chipped down a lot. Still Hib. Just kind of distracting, watching the survivors trying to hit him. Still pouncing around, and still spawned up. Hib.
Smokers can pounce. And I thought I heard that was shit.
Thanks, Rails. So now we have that Spitter, Charger, and the Jockey up, along with that Pub Hunter. Oh, and the Jockey's gonna land on Rochelle's gonna Jockey back down. Oh, goodness.
This Hunter is still going. Right now. What is going on?
He's still hopping around.
He's still going.
Charger's gonna miss his charge, though. That Hunter has been alive for approximately 10 minutes. And finally gets killed.
Finally, Enright. It's like the Hunter was bouncing around for 2 whole attacks. And he still wasn't killed.
The C-17's health is in a terrible position right now, however, though. Like, when you look at Vixen, Lyra, and Sir D, all having their health pretty much down. Smoker is spawned up now on the bomb as well. Half-health Jockey in spawn queue for Tableflip Kings. Half-health Jockey goes in. He's actually going to get... Oh, my... Oh, Smoker!
Oh, Rochelle falling off the smoke attack!
No! Lyra, why? Oh,
Nick's just running on. He doesn't care anymore. He just wants some distance points.
He's running around just a single
charger.
Oh,
Russ missing that charger at point blank on a Coach who was slow.
Oh, hey, look, it's a tank. No, he's
having trouble getting this.
Oh, goodness. Nick jumped over him for a minute, but the Smoker is going to get that pull on the Coach. They finally pick Rochelle back up. Tank is just kind of running around in the hands of Bad, just throwing his jump rocks up there. So this is gonna be a wipe, I think, for Team C17.
Well, Fink would know it's gonna be a wipe. This is just the way it's been going.
Oh, Tank's gonna jump down there and ground pound one of the survivors.
The only way that wouldn't be wipe is if the Tank trolled himself right now.
That rock was beautiful, though. He curved it back up there through the glass, and Lyra has died.
Jockey Scratch just killed him.
A
charger missing again.
Oh god, then the Jockey's gonna land. That will indeed be the wipe for Team C17, and yeah, not looking too good for them at the moment.
Well, I mean, it's a 2.1k difference now after just 3 maps. If you base it on average, I mean, Tableflip are outscoring them by an average of plus 700 points per map extra.
Pretty much,
I mean, that's pretty damn huge.
Yeah, so again, this is unfortunately, it was expected to go in Tableflip King's favor just due to the skill differential that we mentioned before. But as far as the teams that are in the cup and stuff like that, it's actually good to see a lot of just different teams coming to be and coming to form here. And I do believe that my team, Team of Raxus, is going to get the last game foreseeably that's ever going to be played by Team Velocity tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it seems like that way. Team Velocity didn't sign up for this cup, and I don't believe they ever signed up for the long-term promo cup. But Kakari, their team leader, signed up with Homunculus. Crocs is also like the team leader of Homunculus. So, I kind of think Velocity is like one of those sort of like great names that's been laid to rest. But obviously I haven't been talking much with those guys, so I don't really know what the full story is, but I just assume that Velocity is no more.
Yeah, I mean, since Team Velocity is no more, they will be playing that last match. Kekari said that it'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, so it's kind of weird for me because I've seen them play all the time, like, just in VODs and knowing of them through the echelons of competitive Left 4 Dead 2, and it's going to be pretty mystic to actually be playing in that last game as their opponent. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be just an end that for a team that's been like a mainstay of the entire competitive Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 communities for I don't even know how long. You probably know better than I do. Brewer's going to get one boom on there. That Brewer's going to get shut down, however. Brewer's going to get a pull on the boom guy after that Hunter got cleared. But yeah, so what's your take on that, Dragon?
Sorry, you're going to have to ask me again what that was.
Just talking about Team Velocity. I'm not sure if there's an early tank ninja. We'll find out. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I've just been told on Steam by Dana. Velocity is dead, and tomorrow will be their last game.
Reloading.
That's pretty much confirmed.
I get their last game ever, Dragon. This is mystic. Like I said, it's gonna be so weird. Like this
it's gonna
is
be quite emotional.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna start crying halfway through the war room, and so please, tears falling down my face at the moment here. And Kekari, I've only just recently been able to. I've been following Kekari since he was on Businessmen, and I know what kind of a player he is. And he's one of the people who I looked up to before I got into competitive Left 4 Dead. Honestly,
he's certainly got that experience. He's certainly one of the older dogs of this community, as I call them.
The older dogs. That Hunter's going to get cleared there. Spitter overshot a little bit. Boomer's going to get shut down as well. So another shutdown coming from Tableflip Kings out to C17, I should say. But yeah, so I mean, how long had Velocity been around for exactly?
Well, I've known of their existence since 2012, I believe. So they've been going for nearly 2 years. They were kind of good when they started off, but it's when they sort of were playing in CCT2, which is when they really hit their prime, I think. That's why they ended up winning the competition then.
Right.
But the survivors are quite split up. They're all going around different places. We've got Nick upstairs, we've got Coach on the first floor of the second floor.
This is the advantage of having the scout, though, because that scout can just stay in the middle there and pick whatever he really needs to, honestly.
True, yeah.
They've got Lust just watching right now. That Boom's going to get a single boom there on the Coach. They have a spitter on the spawn cube for Series 17 in the hands of Lyra, waiting to see where they're going to put that down, maybe to burn a couple cans. And he's going to shoot it actually right now into the middle there. But Lust is going to jump down, and they're going to get both of them out. Nick, however, is almost... Alright. Now Nick is going to get pulled, but then the Scout's going to be able to clear that tongue pretty effectively as he gets only a couple of ticks of damage.
Jockey's going to try and go for Nick.
Oh, nice shot by Bad.
Yeah, I just picked them off.
Charger's trying to get a charge here, jumping around, dancing with Coach on top of the car. He gets leveled by Bad.
I'm doing a little dance around the stock car, but Coach can dance, we know that.
Oh boy, 2 in the corner. Is that just negate the fall damage onto him?
I think
it did.
Yeah.
But the Scout
but they need to, they need to clear that Scout fire. A Boomer's trying from the too far away.
Yeah. And
but you know what? Look, they've got 10 cans already.
They're about to win.
The 3 cans there. They need the tank to come up right now.
Yeah, right.
And I Chucky, they tried to delay them.
And that's going to be it, actually, because Tableflip just got all 13 cans in. Charger tried to charge for them.
Wow, that was super fast. It was risky, but they had that scout there at the bottom, and they just sent everyone in different directions to get it all done in super quick time.
Wow, that score. Oh my goodness. 289 times 4 for the health bonus. That's a total of 4. That's almost a 2,000 point chapter from Tableflip.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The maximum possible 2.4k points. That's the maximum possible.
And there's the tank.
It spawned when the car was going out. Spawned when the vehicle was making its getaway. My tank just died.
So, Team C17 jokingly asking why Team Tableflip is not being able to 5K them, and Hib said because map 1 and because EQ Dragon. He thinks it's EQ's fault why they're not getting 5K points.
Well, he could say that, but I honestly don't know what's happened to the map info or whatever it is that determines the tank spawning. I know for a fact, because I've played Dead Center in cup matches and stuff on EQ 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, I know for a fact that it was always blocked. So, like I said before, I have no idea why it's been changed. I don't know why that sort of spawn area is being unlocked.
I'm not exactly sure either, but we did see a singular boom going in there. Rest of the hit's going to go in there. The Dragon's going to land. The Hunter's also going to land, as a matter of fact, so a little bit of damage going out. And then the Smoker spawns in the safe room is going to pull Coach back and get a couple ticks of damage. Oh, goodness. But yeah, so pretty much it's Team Tableflip Kings are going to take the win in the opening round of the Shoot to Thrill Equilibrium Cup. And question is it's a double elimination cup, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh. They're doing a group phase, and then I think they're doing a single elimination.
Why'd you leave the game,
crashed.
Dragon? Oh, so bad. Crashing.
Very, very bad.
So very bad. I mean, but yeah, so it's a double elimination, and then with the group stage there, they have to play whoever else is in their group. So one of the benefits of the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament, the reason it was designed as a Swiss style, was to get some of the newer teams more exposure. And I know that definitely helped my team as well when we went into it, being able to play 6 games and getting our coordinations and stuff down. But honestly, we were going to enter either this cup or the long-term cup, and we chose the long-term cup. So it's just kind of unfortunate that cup got canceled.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, if you have to choose like one or the other, I suppose it is a case of priorities, although I'd recommend to any teams that could have done it to just try both, even if it's an overload on the schedule. That 25 damage pounds, though, I did just catch that as I came in.
So they get the 25 DP there. Lust is unhappy that he was called rude by Lyra. And yeah, but the thing about C17 that I really like is that you've seen them be really, really respectful to these players, even though when they're getting stomped, it's never any rage. It's always just that kind of respectfulness. And I think that I can really give them kudos for that, because it's a tough thing to avoid ego in this game.
It is tough, but you know, that's humanity. You know, you either like, you know, conform to your flaws, or you actually try and make active steps to, you know, curb them. And some people just aren't aware of that, and a few others over time probably do become aware of that and do wish to improve themselves. But you know, I mean, it's one of those things, it's a choice you can make. You can either, you know, you can accept those flaws and, you know, just choose to go with them because it's me or whatever, or you know, you have that option of also getting past it. And I think that's important. You know, you have to make that distinction in the game where it is psychological, and you can make improvements to your psychology as well as the team psychology.
Right. I mean, that mental part of it is just so massive when talking about this game. I guess the other can's going in there. DP or kick coming out for Han to land this Hunter. So yeah, Lyra's staying in the middle there. He's being able to cover, and then one survivor. So it's actually, they're copying what they saw what they saw Tableflip Kings do, and they're able now to. Oh, DP's going in there, 25 damage landing, and Lyra's gonna be able to clear that. Spit's gonna go out at the same time. So now that's gonna be actually a survivor trapped in Spit for a moment.
They tried vote kicking someone on their team.
probably. I'd say it was probably Han, just for no reason.
The thing with C17 though is that because they're lacking the experience, they're not used to the same fluid motion of moving through this map like
Tableflip, yeah.
Team Tableflip Kings could do it. So they're gathering cans at a much slower rate. They've only got 5 out of 13 so far. There's cans all over the place. Like some of them are on the ground floor. There's others still up on one of the floors above that they need to get. And the tank is now up though in the hands of Hib.
Oh god.
So that just tells you.
Oh god.
7 cans, and there's a tank now.
Indeed, and that tank's gonna roll right in. It's gonna throw this rocket, it's gonna nail the HR up top. And then Jockey pounds Vixen for 540 height. Char's going to go in there too. Rock's getting thrown another hit onto the HR. HR is going to get hit again. That's him focusing who he needs to. Then's also going to get pulled. So now they do have, Scout. Now the Scout's going to get down there by the tank as well with the rock. Hib is throwing these jump rocks around. They have the Uzis out. It's going to be another rock landing on the Nick. Another punch landing on the Nick. Hib is going haywire down there, just defending those cans. And that's probably going to be near the end of the game there, Dragon.
Definitely. And this is a really weird case where you see a map where there is no tank for one round and then there is a tank for the next round.
Right.
But you know what, in a way, I actually think that's not entirely bad because what Tableflip did in the last round, they took the most ridiculous risks and gambles they possibly could. And they still made it work.
Yeah.
For their efforts, for making that work, they didn't have to fight a tank. Whereas City 17 aren't quite on the same pace.
Exactly.
You know, they got some cans, but then they have to fight a tank for not taking the same risks.
Yeah, so now they've got that Hunter pin in the corner there. Vixen's running around, dodging that charger, trying to stay as much as she can. Tank's just jump rocking around, and the pole's going to go out to be cleared, and that indeed will be the end. We're going to see Team Tableflip Kings taking the win over Team City 17 here at the start of the Shoot to Thrill Equilibrium Cup by a score of 45-40 to 927. So that's quite the nice win for Team Tableflip Kings.
Oh, definitely, it was an extremely dominant and crushing display from them. You know, and that performance on Survivors after the first 3 maps and then going into the finale, taking those ridiculous gambles that they did, that was the icing on the cake for the whole performance.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that done before, where a team's been so fast they manage to get all the cans in before the tank spawns. Maybe it's happened in a promo match, but I've certainly not seen that before. And I think that if they were playing against a more experienced team, then there's no way that Tableflip would have been able to succeed in doing the same thing they did.
Yeah, I agree with what you're talking about there. Getting some nice feedback there from Team State 17 saying that went really well just with their team building and stuff like that. Like they learned a lot from playing that kind of experience, and it went a lot better than they expected. So that's a win really all around. Because when you're entering a tournament for experience, like there is no other like more honorable thing you can do in this community. Because even the way, and people know my story by now, but it's just like when you come through the community with a group of people and you get better with another group of people, you build those kind of bonds, and then you're able to actually learn so much more about yourself as a player, you know, learn where your flaws are, continue to stay humble, and try to just build off of that. And that's the psychological part that some people do miss.
Yeah, I mean, there is a huge psychological element to this game, which a vast majority of players in the community will continuously and forever underestimate. And and that will be eventually to be their detriment. But for those who can understand it and see it for what it is, they're the ones who'll be able to make the most progress overall.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a whole lot. You probably know a lot more than I do based on the other information in that cup. But we are going to be bringing another match from the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament. It's going to be happening in approximately 40 minutes. It's going to be 9 o'clock kickoff on the East Coast. And I do believe that will be also right here on Ninja's stream. Ninja, what do you take away from that game?
I don't know. Just such a high-level team and beginning team, and it's just really tough. I hope they learned a lot with how much they got beat. I don't know. Sometimes you, get depressed and frustrated, but I hope City 17 isn't like that. I hope they learn whatever they could.
I think one major positive they can take away from this game, they managed to wipe in one map at least.
Yes. The early tank map 1.
Mm-hmm.
The ridiculous RA tank that had both of us going, wait, what is happening?
Yeah. I gotta be honest though, I mean, like I said, I can't explain how exactly that's happened, but if the Cup admins really wanted to, there is a way which they can manually set the spawns to avoid instances like that, and, allocate proper tank spawns for Cup matches.
Right. I mean, allocating the kind of tanks. Well, I'm not exactly sure why a couple of those things. And I don't think we had the spec HUD the entire time for whatever reason. It was not working for me. I don't think it was working for you either, right, Ninja?
Yeah, the spec HUD and the tank HUD were non-existent. I don't know.
It's odd.
But yeah, spec HUD wasn't working for me either. I don't know what was going on there.
I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see exactly how that Shoot to Throw Cup continues playing out. Like Dragon mentioned at the top of the cast, 16 teams. And then, while we're here, I'd like to get Dragon's opinions on a couple of things. First of all, did you watch the match earlier between Dynasty and Serious Business?
I caught the action just from starting from map 2. I was a little late, home late from work, so
Gotcha.
I didn't catch all the action, so I missed what happened on map 1. But I saw, I think it was Dana's tank on map 2. That's when I switched onto the stream live.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, the result of that game put Serious Business in a very controlling spot there. You know, both teams entering the game 5-0. Now you got Serious Business entering the bracket stage of the Watch Left 4 Dead Cup at the number 1 seed with an undefeated record. What do you predict to happen in that stage? Do you predict Serious Business to win it all, or are you smelling an upset?
Well, Serious Business have definitely got the run of form with them at the moment, but as for, anything else, I mean, if history's taught us anything, I remember back to the CCT2 when NV were, like, the lead team, in the first format, in the first phase for, like, the 8 rounds that started off the whole cup. And, you know what, the next round in the quarterfinals, when they were expected to dominate, they ended up losing to, the Golden Connector, which is actually the previous form of Team Dynasty, ironically. So, I wouldn't, it's definitely not over by any means. I mean, just because our team is leading the form at the moment, it's no guarantee that they'll go on to win. So there's still quite a bit for viewers and fans alike to be excited about in terms of like the playoffs and the conclusion of this Watch LFD tournament. So definitely stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of situation, judging from what teams make it to whatever elimination bracket there is for the shoot to throw tournament. Just because it's on a different config, you still have that kind of action going on. And honestly, with the way the competitive community is rolling right now on both sides of the ocean, you got, and even in all the continents, like we don't even have to stop there. You got people coming from pretty much all different continents. I haven't seen an Antarctican player yet, but we're getting there. But like I said, the tournaments that keep popping up, I know there's rumors, I'm not exactly sure exactly where, but I've heard that there's another, and rumors are rumors like we know, but there's another North American tournament, I think, brewing in the works somewhere. But we're hoping that it doesn't, really take off until the end of the Watch Left 4 Dead Cup, because I know we have a couple big things coming up. I believe on the same day of the grand finals of the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament, there's going to be a show match between, I'm not exactly sure who, but it's going to actually be a Left 4 Dead 1 show match between a lot of classic Left 4 Dead 1 players, and that's going to be one of the most awesome things I think we've been able to pull off, because right after you go from that Left 4 Dead 1 show match, we're going to go right into the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament finals, and that's in 3 weeks' time, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear if I watch that match, I'm going to feel young again, which hasn't happened in years.
Yeah, a couple of the names being tossed around, Swib and Killatoy, I believe, have expressed interest in it, but also Quarantine Chris. There have been talks of going and getting also potentially Caper to play, Visceral, and a few other people who are going to be coming out of the works who haven't been around in a while. They could be popping back up for that show match, so we're starting just to send a little bit out of the base popularity out to anybody watching the stream right now. If anybody's familiar with Left 4 Dead 1 names, you're going to see some of your old favorites come back if Kiss Me can work it out. I believe he's well on his way to getting there.
One hell of accomplishment if that did actually happen. You assume that players like them have you don't hear about them anymore. They've gone far, far away to whatever they're doing, whatever they're playing now, and they just come back after 4 years or 5 years away from the action just for one show match. I mean, that would be pretty damn awesome.
Exactly, and then right after that, you got the old there, and then you also are going to have the progression of whatever two teams make it to that grand finals game for the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament are going to be playing right after them. So it's a great time, and I've heard people mumbling around with the teams that are coming to be right now and the activity and the pugnancy and stuff like that. It's a great time to be part of the this community is so alive at the moment.
Definitely. I mean, this is a surprising thing that, the game's been going on for over 4 years now, and if anything, the activity for it hasn't been dying down. There's actually, more and more cups and tournaments being churned out more than ever, which is very strange, but I actually think this is the best possible thing that could happen in preparation for Left 4 Dead 3, which is what everyone's expecting and hoping for. So it's definitely good that people are starting to churn in a bit more now with the effort and participation. Because that will put them in a much better set for Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, I mean, and that kind of lead-in right there, that's exactly what you want. You want the community to be united going into that. And honestly, the things that happen in this tournament that I love so far, I'm talking about the Watch Left 4 Dead one at the moment, and the reason we're talking about that is because we are going to have another match for those watching in approximately 35 minutes between the team we just saw, AG Tableflip Kings, and Team 757. That's going to be a great match to watch, and the winner of that match has a great chance at making it into the into the bracket. That will make bracket, because you got Tableflip Kings in the Watch Left 4 Dead tournament are sitting at 4-1, 757 at 3-2, and honestly, that bracket is going to be crazy, because whoever makes it to that final stage, like we saw what could have been a grand finals preview last week when we saw Serious Business play AG Tableflip, but there is so much potential for teams. You got Grizz's team and Apollyon making it. I believe they did make it with their win yesterday over Kamikaze Heroes, and there's just so many things that could potentially happen. So we're gonna probably try to wrap up what's gonna happen here right now, and then we're gonna reconvene, I think, in about 35 minutes. So any final thoughts there, Dragon?
No, it's all. Actually, I'd like to add that I think what happened with Dynasty, they definitely got outperformed, no question about it. Dana was telling me over Steam that they just tried different stuff, and they tried what they thought was right, and it just didn't pan out. I honestly think that not playing with Zombie Man, because he was offline when I checked. He's usually their main caller, I believe. I think not having him was kind of a major blow to their chances of maybe sort of equalizing with Serious Business. But I mean, the way Serious Business played, I mean, even if Zombie Man had played for them, I think the way the form was going, it seemed likely that they would have had the overall advantage anyway. The only options that Dynasty had, especially with those early tanks, Serious Business just kept their spawns, for the right moments and with a better timing. So even with Survivors, their options were lessened because of that. So Serious Business just outperformed them, no question about it. But having said that, I think Dynasty will be keen to show, they can definitely play better than that, and that's what's going to make the playoffs even more exciting to watch.
Exactly. So it's going to be a great run, and and also for the Shoot to Throw tournament, that tournament literally just got started with the cast we just did. So again, for all your competitive Left 4 Dead needs, for Equilibrium, for Confoggle Light, for Pro Mod, for any config you could possibly desire, it's on watchleftfordead.com. Thanks to our wonderful network of streamers. Ninja, thank you very, very much for the last minute here. Dragon called me and was like, hey, let's cast this game, and then you decided to come and stream it right before this other match. So thank you very much for agreeing to do that. Do you have any other thoughts for right now, sir?
No. I think I'm going to get some food and get ready for this next cast, so yeah.
All right, then. So yeah, to wrap it up a little bit then, thank you, Dragon, thank you, Ninja, and thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you in approximately 30 minutes. Right.